Mr. Scary Studios. Number 1.
It all started on St. Patrick's Day in a small town when I met a lanky guy that seemed like fun company. The sun was setting, and he said he had some fireworks he could show off. And having never seen fireworks up close, I agreed. Me, him, and a mutual friend walked to his house, and the fireworks were disappointing, but at least not dangerous. On the way back to town, he started flirting. Now, he was tall, very tall compared to me. I definitely say over 6 foot, and I'm about 5'3". I thought he was kinda cute, so I flirted back. He decided to say, I almost want to make a move, but I don't want to scare you. I said go ahead, and he grabbed me. He licked my neck and grabbed my crotch through my jeans. I was shocked. No one had seen this happen except the three of us in a dark alley around 8 p.m. Somehow, I forgave him. I thought he was just, I don't know, bad at these things. That maybe he was drunk or tired or something. I remained friends with him. He was one of the only friends I had. It was now summer. I was bored. I went to his house alone, without telling my parents, because they'd just be worried for no reason. It looked dusty and old, like peeling paint and a blanket of dust in some rooms. And something didn't feel right at all. I heard a dog and it sounded big, but it was in the yard. When I went into his bedroom, he closed the door and there were holes in it, all over it, holes and slices. When he's mad, he stabs his door, he told me. I was between him and the door. I remember looking past him and seeing a fish tank before, hearing something and flinching. He had thrown a knife into the door. It was impaled into the wood next to me, and now he was laughing because I flinched. I knew that would scare you, was what he said. I looked back at the fish tank. It was loud. He opened the door. He told me something that still haunts me. He looked me right in the eye, so close, and at least a foot taller. Oddly, I remember his nose more than his eyes, with how close it was, in a tone somewhere between small talk and the kind of sound like you were complimenting someone's look. I could kill you so easily right now. Struggling to keep the fear out of my voice, after a forced laugh, I said that I'd rather sit outside together rather than inside with all the dust. Then I told him I was going to get us some ice creams, because he was not allowed to leave his house after his last suicide threat. I tried to keep steady as I walked in the general direction of the carpool. I made sure I was out of his sight. I called my mom and asked to be picked up. Told her I wanted to be picked up because I was bored. She could get me in an hour. I decided to spend that hour on the other side of town, in the library. She said something like I looked sick. I told her it was just the heat, and she believed me.
Number 2.
This happened to my mom in the early 80s in a native country. My mom gave birth to my sister and she was completely alone. Single mother with no one by her side. Not even a friend or coworker. Her family lived in a different state, and she had kept quiet about her pregnancy. My mom gave birth to a healthy baby girl in a public hospital. Almost immediately, a nun started shadowing my mom, and eventually told my mom a couple was interested in raising my sister, if she was willing to give her up. My mom, of course, declined and told the nun to go away. That was in the morning, that same night. At around 1 a.m., my mom's nurse, an older lady, wakes her up in a hurry and has my mom and sister's bags packed. She told her, sweetheart, they're gonna take your baby if you don't want to keep her, and then have you to leave now. I'll bring her to you, but you have to go now. If you stay, she'll be gone by tomorrow morning. My mom got her shit and left with my sister in the middle of the night, still in pain. Nurse Amelia was sweet enough to give my mom money for a cab she herself called for. My mom named my sister after Nurse Amelia. Sadly, these stories are not unheard of from that time. The country was still in a dictatorship or getting out of one. I don't remember well. So people in the government did whatever they wanted. Children from poor, unwed mothers were usually taken away and give them up for adoption to rich couples who paid the doctors and the hospital money for healthy babies. It's fucked up, and my mom got very lucky. Thank God for Nurse Amelia.
Number 3.
Apologies in advance, I'm not sure where else to post this. I was clicking around on Candid the other day and I came across a strange post in one of the popular groups named Random. It simply read, "It begins," followed by 2 strings of numbers, 141533202 118143112, and then 211-434-351837-181-52-11434. At this point, my interest was piqued, so I spent a while trying to figure out what it meant. It turned out to be an alphabetical cipher, with each number corresponding to a letter in the alphabet, which the number 3 and of where zeros should have been. It translated to the words Nocturnal Underground. I had no idea what this meant, and Google didn't really provide any helpful results. Eventually, I randomly did a check on Candid and found out it was the name of a group. It only had 1 member, and one post it read, LPNFAZNXUNZRP CQABRRP OGCVFKAL KMUUL KMR JXRUT LHQYTNB OMZKGHMY EQUOMOGTHE. Now, I don't get the credit for figuring this one out. I have a friend who's in the same college as me. I won't name her or the college. And she's a computer science major. I told her about this post and it piqued her interest as well. After about 3 days, she gave me a call, and she sounded very surprised. The text was ciphered using the same Enigma format the Germans used in World War II. She had to do a lot of research online to figure this out, and I was quite thankful. The message translates to, "Photography, look closely. What you're looking for has been there since the start." My friend and I have no fucking idea what this meant, and at this point we were both really creeped out. I figured it meant there was another message hidden in the group photography, but I had no idea what to even look for, and what the hell does it mean by being there since the start. We both digged through all the posts in the photography group for the day or so, and we eventually came up with something even more bizarre. It was a picture of what appeared to be a park, with a few seats and trees surrounding the enclosure. In the text above, there's a URL for a YouTube video. Neither my friend or I can make sense of what it means, but it seems to be Morse code, and there's a picture of the Last Supper throughout the video. I'm a little freaked out at this point, and I want to know if any of you can help us figure out what this video means. I'll post a link below.
Number 4.
Same day I post this, my visitor comes back that very night. It's Friday night at around 8:45 p.m. The little one's in bed and I'm chilling with some friends online. Gaming. There's a loud bang and I'm instantly freaking out due to having my safe place invaded by some creeper twice in the past 3 months. I turned the volume on my computer down, trying my best to come up with excuses. Oh, it was the neighbors doing something. Who in their right minds would try to break into my house when they can see when I'm awake? Front outdoor light on, lounge light on. It's quiet for a while, so I return to playing the game and talking to my friends. That's when I hear rustling. I think it's coming from the game, despite the volume being super low. But to be on the safe side, I turned the sound on the computer off completely. The rustling's still there. At this point, I think it might be annoying pest possum. The banging could have been it jumping onto the garage roof, and now it was sniffling around outside the leaves, searching for some food. As I said earlier, who would try to trespass when they could clearly see someone was home? If they did trespass, why would they be doing it so loudly? I want to say it put me at ease, but it didn't. Fast forward half an hour and the noises have stopped, and my cat's begging me to let outside. Little bastard, I love him, really. I hate opening doors, curtains, windows at night. Paranoia at its finest. But tonight I had to be a reason paranoid. At least I kept the chain lock on the door and let the fat fuzzball squeeze out, and had a bit of a peek through the crack, seeing if anything was amiss on my front lawn. Nothing out of the ordinary, so I locked the door and head back to the lounge. 5 minutes later, someone tries the door handle. Finding it locked, I hear a laugh and they start scratching on the glass as I frantically grab my phone and call the police. Whoever it was had left by the time they answered the phone, and police couldn't find evidence that anyone had been on the property. They did a sweep of the neighborhood but couldn't find anyone on the streets either. Whoever you are, I'd say let's not meet, but I'm pretty sure you're the same person who came the other 2 times. And I'm fairly certain that the person is my ex. So Mr. X, if it is you, smile for the cameras next time you come around. They just arrived in my mailbox.